I cried when I heard my stepdaughter say she doesn't love me and wishes her dad and I hadn't married. We've been a family for 8 years. My husband's first wife died when Nina was 5. When we met 4 years later at a grief support group, he was finally smiling again. Nina was 9 then, quiet around me. I never pushed because my own stepmom had pushed too hard after my mom died. I just wanted to be someone she could count on. By the time we married, things felt good. Nina would tell me about school problems. We'd bake cookies on Sundays. She'd hug me goodbye before staying at her grandma's. I thought we had something real. Then Christmas happened. My husband's family rented a cabin in the mountains. His sister Brenda organized everything because she loves being in charge. But halfway through, I got the worst stomach flu and spent 2 days in bed. On the second day, I woke from a nap around 3. The house was quiet. I heard voices in the hallway, Nina and Brenda. "You need to start calling her mom," Brenda was saying. "It's been 8 years. It's disrespectful that you don't." I call her by her name. She's fine with it. "Your dad deserves better. He gave you a new mother and you act like she's just some woman living in your house." There was a pause. Then Nina said it, her voice flat and cold. "I don't love her. I only tolerate that dad married her because he's happy. But honestly, I wish he hadn't married her. Or anyone." My chest went tight. I grabbed the remote and turned on the TV to drown them out. But tears were already coming. I pressed a pillow against my face so no one would hear me cry. I didn't blame Nina. Maybe I'd been fooling myself thinking she cared, but it hurt so much. 20 minutes later, Brenda knocked and walked in without waiting. She saw my puffy face and her expression turned to annoyance. "You heard us." I nodded. "Well, you shouldn't have been listening, and crying isn't going to fix anything. Don't you dare start trouble over this. That girl lost her mother. You need to think about someone other than yourself." I wasn't planning to say anything, I whispered. "Good, because at your age, you should know better than to make this about your feelings. I don't need drama ruining this trip." She left without closing the door. I stayed in bed the rest of the trip. When people asked, I said I was still sick because it was easier than explaining. When we got home, I acted normal because I didn't know what else to do. I smiled when Nina came home from school. I asked about her New Year's plans, but something had changed. I stopped texting her memes during lunch. I stopped asking if she wanted to bake. I pulled back because it felt safer. 2 weeks later, Nina came in while I was folding laundry. She looked anxious, picking at her cuticles. "Can we talk?" "Of course." She sat on the couch, not looking at me. "Aunt Brenda told me yesterday that you heard what I said." My stomach dropped. "Nina, it's okay. You don't have to explain." "No, listen." She looked at me, eyes red. "I didn't mean it. I said it, but not because it's true." I stared at her. "Aunt Brenda has been harassing me about calling you mom for 3 years. Every family event, every holiday, she corners me and tells me I'm disrespectful, that I'm hurting you and Dad." Nina's voice cracked. "I've told her 100 times that you're fine with me using your name. She doesn't care." "So you lied?" "Yes." I said the worst thing I could think of to make her believe I was completely cold about it. I thought if she believed I didn't care about you at all, she'd finally leave me alone. Tears spilled down her face. "I was so tired of her making every gathering about this." "You were lying," I said slowly. "Yes." She was crying now. "I do love you. I just don't want to call you mom because that name belongs to my real mom. But that doesn't mean you're not family. You are. You've always been." My own eyes filled with tears. I thought saying I didn't love you would shut her up, but then she called yesterday and said you overheard and cried. Felt like the worst person alive. Nina was shaking. "I'm so sorry. I was just trying to protect myself from her pressure. I didn't think about how it would hurt you." I pulled her into a hug and she broke down, sobbing into my shoulder. "I should have told you what she was doing," she said. "I didn't want you to feel." "Nina, I never needed you to. I just wanted you to be happy. I know. That's why I love you never pushed." We sat there for a long. When she pulled back, she looked relieved. That night, I told my husband everything. He was furious. He called Brenda immediately and told her she was never to bring it up again or she wouldn't be welcome at family events. She tried to argue but hung up. Nina and I are good now, better than before.